Tight Nights family land, what's going on? Me, happy holidays, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, having a good time. If you want to come in, get on the video in for the new year pops off about things that I did wrong or things that I messed up on, this past season with the Tight Nights business and my events that I organized. Um, Today we'll hit on a couple topics. One was me having bad partnerships overall with different companies and groups and organizations that I was trying to expand myself and grow in a team format to do anything on my own. Sometimes when you do things by yourself, it's cool, but it's also exhausting and very tiring, right? But the kicker is you can't be so anxious to find people to work with that you end up choosing wrong people, wrong groups per se. Not that they're bad people at all, or they did anything wrong per se, or that to be honest, they goofy as fuck. Don't know what the hell they doing per se. It could be this chicken. It's the wrong time frame for y'all to be a partnership and trying to work together, right? So, lesson learned is that people have to be held accountable for what they do, or their part in the partnership, whatever it may be. So, for my events that I host, NC Sugar Rush and also also Taste of Soul and Sea, I always try to partner with groups that have different kind of flea markets or their own vendors and say, hey, why don't we combine forces together, put on a banging event. That way, I can deal with the food truck aspect of it, and you just kind of deal with the vendor part of it for people selling their soaps and the clothing and beads. And my part was always that, hey, I'll pay for the venue, the entertainment, I'll get the trucks there, I'll pay for the cops, the cleaning, the whole nine. Just bring up your peoples and be good to go. Your vendors, you could well keeping all the money for your vendors. I don't want any of that at all, and good to go. You know, more people or groups felt that I was trying to uh, have some kind of hidden agenda behind that, or I was trying to bullshit them or take over. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm paying for everything. I'm fronting all the call for the whole event. What in your right mind would think that I'm trying to get over on, hire from the back and trying to take over? I'm trying to collab, come together, a group, have better collabo going, and get it straight. So the first two groups I asked, they said, nah, we won't have time for. We're not sure what your angle is. Try to do with it, yada yada, right? And I said, okay, fine, I understand that. I know my heart, my intention. So no stress, no harm, no foul, right? So then I tried two more groups to get together with, and they look good on paper. I actually went to the events. Said, hey, you got plenty of vendors here. This would be great. Just bring your whole setup to mine. I said, all the money's yours. Come through, show up, no problem at all, right? Well, you learn that people may appear to have things in order or got things going on properly, but then you realize that they really don't on no level. And in essence, they're getting lucky as hell. That's the problem. They really getting lucky. I don't know how they pull it off with the kind of event that they're pulling off. People coming in droves on it. But I learned a lesson about that. About, it's a real thing there. But anyway, I will tell you that in a minute. So I only say, hey, here's the event date. I need a list of vendors by this time frame. That's it. I make up my map to everybody, the load instructions in. Only thing I need from you is just the list of vendors, their names, their website, email address, phone number. I can contact them, show they're straight, list on the site. Everybody gets some love, some advertising. Know it there. You would be surprised at how many people, for the love of Jesus, cannot get a simple list together. I'm like, how is that possible? If people are paying to be a vendor at your event, how you don't have a simple list to give me? This an Excel file, a Word document, do a download of who's paid what. They have no clue, people. So I say, hey, maybe that's flag number one. I say, hey, maybe they did not maybe not stern on doing business how I do. So let me not judge them on them not doing how I do things. I tell you right now, when you pay and you're in my event, you go on a sales spreadsheet and mark paid, have your email address. I clearly see how many people there in a split second. But okay, whatever. Let me try and do my part, help everybody else out. Be patient. But I need to have the list at least 2 weeks prior to the event happening because I take pride in not having competing vendors side by side. So to do that properly, you got to have warning enough time frame to coordinate vendors that spread out properly throughout the event footprint. Makes sense, right? We've all been to events where people we have the same person cupcakes side by side by side. We don't know why, because they don't care about the map, nor you as a vendor. I care because I'm a vendor first and foremost. Yeah, my events be good. I don't care. I'm a vendor first and foremost. So I understand what my experience was. So to avoid having two soaps side by side, two beads side by side, you have to have the list ahead of time. I don't understand how these groups cannot give me the freaking list. So I go through, do what I can, do a thing, and try to push the issue with the list. And that point, what started as a friendship, great is now strained because now I'm trying to push them because I need it. I know for the vendor standpoint, they need it. They're calling me wanting to want instructions to get loaded in and wanting to be on the map. I haven't a clue because I haven't a clue who they are. See that? So now we're straining that friendship that we have with the group. So now I'm the bad guy. I'm the main person because they don't have their ish together. But again, I try to hold up. Maybe they just don't know, right? Maybe they just don't know. Let me try and get them better. So it happened first event, boom, boom. This can't happen again. Yada yada. This is too stressful for me. I need a thing. Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it right. Happens again. Boom. Same thing. Simple. How many people do you have? How many do you have? Oh, I don't know. Can you just look at who's paid and give me a count, something? I can have my spots to block off. Yada yada. Oh, I'm gonna try and get it to you. I'm gonna get it to you tomorrow. I'm gonna get it to you today. Time flies by, right? It's wasting my time, right? All right, so I tried with two other groups. I said same behavior. They don't have their ish together on no level. They appear to have what I thought was great events, but it's not true. And this leads into one way is that Jay had lost money throughout the year. One thing that I struggle with is I've gotten better at picking events, but picking events on the back end side is being willing to leave events when I know full well it's a waste of my time being there. There's so many events that I went to that I thought would be great, thought would be good, and you show up there and you can tell it's poorly organized, it's poorly run, it's poorly attended. But because I said I'll be there for 4 or 5 hours, I stay there. Sometimes I pay staff to stay there with me, and they're literally doing nothing, so I'm wasting money. That had happened so many times over this past year, it was out of control. So I have to figure out ways. Well, I gotta be more hard hearted. There are some friends of mine who are vendors who, if the event sucks, they are leaving. They don't care about nothing. But I feel bad, and that's my downfall in money because if I post out on being an event from 1 to 5 or whatever, from 1 to 8, whatever time frame it may be, I could have a customer who enjoy a product or want to find me come at some kind of crazy time frame, and I've gone because the event sucks. So now I feel bad. And of course, they hit me up an email or text, on Facebook. Jay, try to find you. I came by. I drove all these hours to you, and you weren't here. I feel bad. I feel bad about that because I hurt from my customers, right? Gangster. But I got to get past that. I lost so much money at events that were horrible. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes, it's one thing to say it rained on the event. That's what made it horrible. It's another thing that your event is just poorly organized. Okay, So flashback, right? So told you to about the groups how I should have caught the warning signs earlier that they weren't the best ones to work with. Here's what me and all vendors know, or food truck industry. That's where I'm from for the most part. Food vendors, same mindset, right? One rule: if the food truck owners are all hanging outside their trucks, their carts, their tents, and they're walking around conversating, the event is poorly attended. The event is not working out, and people are not making money. That's the number one clue about an event. If the event owners, the truck owners, walk around jaw jacking, laughing, they're not busy, they're not making money, and they're losing money. Okay? A few of my fellow food truck friends will leave your event in a split second. They don't care about nothing about that. They don't care about being asked back. Okay, at all. I have to get to that point because I know I blew thousands of dollars this past year hanging out in dead events on because I said I would be there for a time frame. I'm trying to maintain my good graces, but it's a business. And you gotta start treating it like a business. So I need people to understand that when you're in the food business, you have to understand what's going on, recognize it, and cut your losses. And say, hey, you have employees that work with you. Understand, you're going to pay your employees regardless for the time that they work. That's more to find a way to cut it early, short. It don't matter because how you keep them. But you gotta find a way to save your product. Now, what it may be, I mean, organizers don't understand how much money can be wasted in food waste. I mean, it's not funny on no level. It's really a serious issue. So if you're selling, it's one thing. If you're not selling, people are getting there, prepping up their food, they're pre-cooking their food on the trucks, doing the thing, and getting ready for the event to start so they're ready to hit the ground running, and it doesn't. The food they prep is going to waste. I understand the argument. Well, just it'll be tomorrow egg rolls. Stop that, okay? You are wasting the food. So you have to get to a mindset I do where if I'm in an event and I know it sucks, I'll just shut down and leave. I mean, at this point, I'm missing time with my family, being on my granddad now, the whole nine, missing time with them or different kind of events. For an event that's not making any money, come on, man. And it's tiring, okay? Getting prepped for events and getting set up properly. I got a car, y'all. I got my food truck friends, half of the time, I know they going through hell. I've been on help my work sometimes. Getting prepped, getting hot. I could imagine doing it all the time. My cart is 700 pounds when fully loaded. So I need you to understand this. When I'm getting prep for an event, I gotta get the cart the night prior, get the ice, the right temperature, and set it nice and neat inside the cart. Decide what I'm gonna bring that day as well. So I have enough money there as well. So it's a couple of hour process to get everything set nice and neat for an event. Then you gotta put my cart on the trailer, or my enclosed trailer or my flatbed trailer. It doesn't matter. Get loaded up. Get to the event. Be sure it's the right temperature again when I get there. The right temperature again. I mean, it's a lot goes into this thing. And I'm gonna tell you now, my cart's 700 pounds. My tubs of ice are 5-gallon tubs. Nobody around here does that. So they're heavy as hell. So a lot of it goes into being in these events. So then get there and lose money because the event's fully attended and staying there is draining. It's draining mentally, physically, and monetarily. It will break you down because it's too much. I get you might be young Thundercat. I remember my first 3 years. It's part of the game, part of the learning process. You run, you don't get it. I just finished up year 10, y'all. That's not no more. I'm sorry. Those days of doing that, of just trying to push and get your brand out there. I understand all of that. I did it. We all do it. But please learn from me and that you gotta find a way to understand your process and be willing to leave an event that's not working to save your own sanity. Because what you might say, you might feel, it's not gonna get better. Okay? I'm just saying, give an event 1 or 2 hours. I'm saying first hour, people haven't arrived yet. Everybody had an excuse. They was at church or they had some meeting to go to, or they're too early in the daytime. They know the party ain't starting when it first begin anyway, so they will wait to come later on day. That's fine. All that's great and fine. I'm with you. You give them 2 hours, max 3, and you gotta be out of there. Be willing to leave. And I say I lost a lot of money this year doing that, y'all. A lot of money this year. I mean, boy, yeah, I'm sure it's $1,000 just wasted time. Cause remember, if I'm paying somebody to be my event, I pay very well. I pay $20 plus tips. I hear everybody leave with a minimum all the time. That's always more than that. I'm trying to do my thing, but I've been so busy with my events, that I have a lot of events. So, it either adds up, which is another thing, but it's whatever. But that's what cost me a lot of money this past season was not being willing to leave events that suck and horrible partnerships. So, back to the partnership piece of it. So you thought I learned my lesson, doing that and cut it by law, but I didn't. So that's more money lost. So now you have a situation where you say, hey, who people on the list? What's going on with it? People show up to the event day wanting to get going on, and all of a sudden they say, hey Jay, I'm here for this event. I'm such and such. You're not on my list. They say that if I gave me a list, you wasn't on it. Hey Jay, I'm here, yada yada. I have no clue who you are. I don't know what we're doing here. You can't have a spot. Oh my God, but I done drove from this spot, that spot, yada, yada, yada. I done paid you. You didn't pay me nothing. I don't have a clue who you are. I'm sorry you're out. Then I'm the bad person, right? Because in my event, I'm the one that's really on the whole thing and the whole bang. I'm the bad guy now, right? So how they lose money? Okay, let me go ahead and maybe try and squeeze you into some spot that you didn't pay for and pay me for, or whatever happened on the line, right? So it's just it cost me money because now I have to worry about something else or another aspect of a truck I didn't count for. Let me try and pull out maybe more trash cans or more people or whatever I can do. It's just it's sweat equity, that costs mental strain, and that I had to realize that it's a value on that too, people. Okay, mentally, if you're with the wrong group of people who don't know what they're doing, it's their first time doing it, or even they've been doing it for years and they've been doing it horribly, it happens, y'all. I'll tell you right now, it happens. But you gotta be willing to save, put a dollar amount on what that strain costs you. And I got my dollar amount now. Okay, so yeah, some things gonna change in 2023 to help my own stress. So, to be clear, I'm not partying with nobody. Everybody I partied with last year, on events or the past years, now personal, we can't do business no more. That anything can happen again in the future, but right now I know how you do your business, and it doesn't work for the way I do mine. You know, it caused me stress. So what I figure out to look for in events to help out other vendors go down the pipe. If you go to an event and you be a part of it, whether it be little markets, whatever, they have pop-up shops and the whole nine, you need to look at how many people are actually coming to the event to buy stuff. It's a difference in people have a whole bunch of vendors there and the vendors are buying from each other. That's bullshit. That ain't gonna work for nobody. Okay? But what it appear like is crowded. Oh, the vendors, oh my God, I gotta be a part of this thing. This is amazing. Oh my God. But when the truth comes to the matter is, how are your sales? If we're there as vendors and buy from each other, we're not really making no money. We're really bartering. I mean, come on, man. I'm handing you money, handing back money. It's crazy. Me being a nice guy, people always come by me because most times it's a hot day and I got something to cool them down while I'm working. So it's easy money for me. But recognize the game that's being played, y'all. From my standpoint, I've seen it. I'm telling you, if vendors are buying from other vendors, that's not the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to have customers come in there to the event, and those customers are what's buying stuff, people. Okay? If not, you're just playing games. That's once I'm on. So now I'm learning how to do my own medicine, look at events, and see who's really attending them, and people that have come in to be part of it, and that's what I truly be part of. I understand that everybody wants to have their first events and get them going and part of the process. I get all that, but you gotta look at who's coming out, how they're advertising, what they're doing with it, who knows about it, and the whole nine. So yeah, that's a huge thing to help you not do what I did. I made a lot of mistakes by hanging around events that sucked, trying to partner with people that sucked doing events. It was just it was gangster. But and also another thing you do, be careful letting people use your name. Your business is your business. Uh, First and foremost, if you're taking a part in an event, that's okay. That's fine. You're part of the event as a participant. Do not let anybody say, hey, this I'm partnering with Jay and this is what we're doing. Whoa, Jay didn't have no part of the planning process. Jay didn't have no part of the schematics. Nothing about the layout, where it's gonna be at, time it's gonna be at. Nothing. Okay, protect your business brand. Because if that it go both ways. If the event popping, hey, it's great. But most time, people that are doing that aren't able to properly garner the attention that they think they need by themselves. So be careful people using your business, to leverage getting people to take part in it normally would take part in it. So another lesson learned this year, I don't know how to say it other than, I vouch for Jay's events. I vouch for Texas Hold'em C, Sugar Rush. I vouch for my events in Greensboro, my events, my friends in Durham at the park, Raleigh rodeos, Durham rodeos, Greenboro rodeos, uh, my Juneteenth events that I always have every year are banging in different areas. Corporate events are banging. Other than that, I ain't fighting for nothing for nobody. I mean, I enjoy my African American festival. That's all the bomb. But outside of that, ain't no point in nobody saying, "Hey, Jay the partner." I'm not pulling nobody. unless my name is on it and I can say, hey, I'm part of the choosing process of vendors. I'm part of the layout process of vendors. That's it. I mean, come on, man. Lesson learned, this shit. So be careful with your brain, yeah, I'm be mighty, mighty, mighty about it this year overall. So I don't know, family lamb, stuff be pretty crazy, but you can also save down, you can save money on the back end and save some headache by leaving events that's up early. You know, I really hate doing that. I do so bad because I feel like it's my job to commit to the fact that I said I'm gonna be there for X amount of time. I have to be there the whole time. Can't do that. You can't. I'm sorry. You gotta leave. It's one thing if people are there and they're not buying your product. That's different. At that point, you have a problem with your marketing or your display. That you can help. But if nobody's there, and you're sitting there shooting the breeze. I mean, I remember this year, like maybe 4 or 5 times this year, I had to shut down my cart because there's no point. But my cart's still there, and hey, Jay's here. But I shut down and walked away because it's so piss poor, and I feel bad. People probably wants to buy from me on a hot day because I'm gonna sell them. But come on, man. I made enough money on other events where I'll shut down, walk off, just get missed to an event because I know I'm bored. I hate being bored. Being bored means you're not making money. You need to hear that. If you're bored at an event, that's because you're not making money. When you're bored, my mind goes out a minute, time goes slow, and you be mad. So don't lose money hanging at events that don't work. Be willing to leave, walk out the door, y'all. All right? The Jay lost a bunch of money. Yep. Jay had partnerships. People want to know who did it, who were they. About 5 of them. But I don't want to blast my name out there. But they know who they are. They know the events perpetrating. Examples. One thing I learned why couldn't give me a list of names. Hello, because people aren't signing up. See that? That's another flag in my mind, but I didn't catch that early enough. That but a lot of times either they don't know, or that's stupid. That's stupid. Or the people I'm signing up for the events to the last minute. So that's a problem. Even have some time doing research. I be part of events, go out there and see what's going on with it. And go out there, they sit there and take money on the spot day of the event. What kind of crap is that? How would you do that? Could that go back to people aren't paying to be part of it enough time for you to advertise people what's going on with me. Either they actually don't believe in your event, or B, you have the wrong kind of crowd that's going, people, vendors that's going to they're going to do bad for your event. Okay? There's no way in the blue blaze they're going to take money the day of an event. You got to control it and say, hey, I'm here such and such and pay. You want to know why? Go back to that map thing. I don't have time to figure out your placement so you're not side by side the same person by you pay the day of. Come on. And I see many of them do that. Oh my God. Yes, I get asked all the time at my events, hey Jay, such and such, I'm hanging around here. I part of the market before your event starts and one account is paid before your event. No, you cannot be part of my event. Want to know why? Because the map matters to me. Okay, that map is real. Okay, it's headache, stress, and strain. As a vendor, I know full well how the map has to look so everybody has a chance at success. And you can't come at the last minute, how about you got a spot? The answer is no every time. Even if I do, it's still no. On why? Because I don't care. You should have said the employer earlier. Okay? You got months plus my events ahead of time. This last minute crap for the birds. And people do it because, hey, I didn't know about it. Yes, you did. You chose to try and get them other events for. That's the money problems you have. And I don't care about that no more. Okay? You can't have people with their money problems. Especially my events are on the cheap side. Okay? Vendors pay $100 to be a part of my events, and food vendors, drink food vendors is $215. There are events I'm paying $400 for, okay, $450 for, $1,000 for. So when people come with that bullshit and say, hey Jay, I can't afford it, I don't pay the last minute. I got nothing for you. The price. You're gonna have months of notice that's coming up. You're gonna be able to pay for the time. You're gonna be part of it. I don't have time for anything other than that because your money ain't right. Your money not being right is a personal problem you gotta fix in your business. But whew, off the chain. But yeah, y'all. All right. I will leave y'all be for now. We'll run it back with more details about piss poor event organizers, the stress that goes to organizing events, what really happens, things that work for me, things that have not worked for me. That I've already covered. I had a piss poor dealing with a radio host or radio station trying to advertise this year, wasting money. I had a piss poor experience with a quote unquote marketing firm supposed to handle all the marketing, did nothing. I did my shit. Everything you saw was Jay's, okay? Facebook ads was Jay. Nobody else did nothing. It was just waste my money again, lost money too. Bad partnerships that cost you time and money, tangible money, sweat equity is gone, picking the wrong people. Do not let nobody partner with you that brings nothing to the table that they can show you. If they show it to you, verify it. Don't take their word for nothing that they say they're going to do. Do your research on the event. Go look at the event and look at it with your eyes. Look at how many people actually visiting the event. If it seems crowded, it's crowded with people, with customers or vendors. It's a difference, okay? Put on your spidey senses and understand it's a difference in an event full of vendors and full of customers. It's night and day, right? Pick better events. I pick much horrible ones. It's all part of the process. You never really know. I got better at it this past year, but you gotta figure out where you're gonna go. You have the best chance to have success in some of your products you have, whether it be Italian ice cream, food, cupcakes. I mean, whatever it may be, find out what's the best environment for you to be part of to make your money and go from there. Think about it, y'all. But yeah, all in all, I did have a great season. I made a bunch of mistakes still. Also, this time we talk about maybe about a lot of things that I bought that for me were great purchases, but it still cost a lot of money. What can you do? Great ROI though, but it was still expensive. Had I not bought them, I guess the question is, had I not bought them, would I still had as much success? That's the funny part, because the things that I bought per se, we'll discuss later. Don't worry about it. But it's a very good question. Very good question. But all in all, everybody, be careful. Guard your brand. Guard the partnerships. Be careful with vampires trying to take over your stuff and use you to do their thing. Right? Everybody has to do their part. Vendors do their part, having their good displays, good products, timely service. The organizers got to do their part, advertising properly, getting the word out there and be honest about their attendance. That's it. I mean, outside of it being a rainstorm or bad weather, the event should be popping. If it's not popping, it's the organizer's fault. That's it. Be willing to leave. Cut ties. But all right, family lamb, I will keep sharing with you guys. I won't name names until somebody piss me off. But I'm trying to be good because I understand, in all honesty, people may be growing, may not know how to do better business. So I can't assume that, that they know what they're doing. I hope that they're friends with me, even though now they're mad at me, they may hate me, talk bad about me. They'll say, well, damn, but Jay was on top of his shit, though. Jay was on top of his stuff, okay? His map was done, it's organized, nice and neat. They at least take what he did and do it my way. Maybe not as firm or as mean he might have done it, but it helped him grow. And that's why I want, at the end of the day, everybody to get better and grow overall. I'm content with that. But all right, family lamb, save your money. Your boy blew a whole lot of change this past year. Live and learn. It's all part of the process. Ain't no science to it. It's got to figure it out and know what works for you. Family lamb, you know what it is. See y'all soon. I'm coming out swinging, y'all. The events I have lined up already for my Titan Ice Cart, I'm guaranteed gonna make me killing out the gate. So prep now. If you're not planning for next year right now, I don't know what you're doing. You're behind the 8 ball. I'm telling you right now, my April's banging, my May is banging off the top, and June is always a given. But I'm telling you right now, April and May are off the chain. The amount of money that's coming down the pipe already. I ain't even got it yet. So you better quit playing until you're egging right now. Because major events, or you can sign up for them right now. I'm not telling you nothing. Do your own research. The major events are open right now. Okay? I'm about to make some more money, y'all. All right, family lamb. Appreciate y'all. See y'all soon. One more video coming up later on. All right. Bye, family. Yeah, yeah.